Dreams, desires, and disappointments. These are the 3 triple Ds I want to go over today. We all have dreams. That is why we are here. Dreams make us feel alive. Then we come into desires. Desire can start to make us feel like crap. It starts to create that struggle of what we don't have. And then we have disappointment. Now we've just gone right into the depths of, I want something, I don't have it. Boo-hoo, right? So let's talk about this a little bit today and expand the good and give less energy to the disappointments. So let's start with the first D, dreams. If you have a dream, these are some of my favorite teachings. If you have a dream born in your heart, something you love, it means you were born to do that. It is already yours. The lesson, the growth in life is to not just to achieve it and to get it, but to remove the obstacles between you and whatever your desire or dream is. And because here's the thing, how come so many people get what they want and then they're not happy? So the dream of the divine goal that is born in you is already yours. Feel that for a moment. Take that in. It is yours. And I'll repeat myself again. The goal is not just to achieve it, is to remove the obstacles between you and it. And what does that mean? It means you're one with the dream, and that feels good. I don't know a lot about William Blake. I want to do some more research on him, the philosopher from, is it the late 1800s? But in my journey, and I write a lot, I've written a couple screenplays, I've written books, I've been writing my whole life. Not just journal entries like this is what I did today. No. Something would come to me and I'd write. I have like 20 journals from when I was in my teens, 13, 14, 15, through my life. And I just write and I feel so alive. Excuse me. So this is a good example. William Blake said, it wasn't when his books or his desire came true that he was happy. It was writing. It was doing whatever that discovery was. And I know that to be true. When I have been writing and the energy of the creativity of the divine God, the universe is flowing through me, I feel amazing. When I actually published my books and they were out, it felt different. I felt peace. I had to actually work on being grateful and proud of myself for all that I've done, because that's something else as humans we don't always do. And I love when people read my work and say, hey, that really helped me, because that was the goal, to help people by knowing the tools I used. But the true inspiration and that really good feeling that we're all here looking for, isn't it? That's the one common thing besides hunger and sleep that we all need, is love and feeling good. Was when I was connected to my true self, my soul, and the divine God, and writing from that place. And here's how I know when I do material that's not from my ego and it's more from God, is because I don't remember exactly what I did. And when I look back at it, I'm like, ooh. So it wasn't even me. It was channeling through me. And that is the highest form of energy we are all here to connect back to. That's the whole teachings. Now, a lot of you who know my work, or if you're new to my channel, you may not know this, I work a lot with trauma, because we have to remove those obstacles before we can connect. Too many people are trying to jump into forgiveness, compassion, and move forward before they've processed. So I just want to add that in if you're new to my work, or to remind you, don't beat yourself up if you aren't there yet, if you aren't feeling good, or you can't even connect to what. I know a lot of people that are like, I'm envious of you because you know what you love. I don't even know what I love. That's okay. That's why I'm here. First, the old patterns and programming of emotions need to be processed. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to be mad. You need to complete those fight-flight responses. Honor the younger parts of you that have been through hell and back. Nurture them, release them. Now we can move forward. Now what do I want to do in life? Too many of us are trying to jump ahead to feel good before we've processed and honored the truth. Now, if you've honored your truth and you have processed a lot of emotions, you may know what I'm talking about. There's something burning in you, and now we need to create new neuro nets through the nervous system and brain of moving forward, because we get programmed into the negative and the ego and being stuck. So in this video today, I will be going through some things you can do right away to help you move forward. And if you are stuck in trauma, then you might want to watch some of my other videos first on anxiety, and I have many links in the description. You could start to use some tools. My free guide and my online program and books have lots of stuff. Everything that worked for me, I put in there, so you have wisdom at your fingertips. But for now, this video, back to desires, dreams, desires, and disappointments. So after you've cleared out a lot of the gunk and you're ready to dream, know that that dream is already yours, because if it's born in you, it's for a reason. Now, this isn't coming from ego. Ego is a desire. That's why I say dreams and desires. Now let's go to the desires for a moment so we understand the difference. The ego, it struggles. It makes us feel crazy. It's the pain body. It desires, and when it doesn't get it, that's when we go into misery. We want to be careful of that. And now we move into disappointment. I'll give a brief example, because I still go through it. I mean, as long as we're here in these bodies, unless we're masters, we're going to keep evolving and growing. So just know that that's normal. Steps back are steps forward. So the other night, I was having a moment. I have off days. My moods fluctuate sometimes. For the most part, from doing this work, I'm more even keel. And we know we go through our down times, then we have our ups, then we find this middle path, and then we still have mood changes. It's normal. Hormones, life. So I was having a moment. I was having a mood. And I said something to my husband about the past and what I didn't do. And I didn't catch it. So this is another good point. The ego and the pain body are sneaky. We don't sometimes know it's them. And he says, that's gross. What I explained was, even about this channel and the work I do, I was like, why didn't I do more years ago, or something ridiculous? And he goes, that's gross. And I said, did you just call me gross? Or he said, that's your ego. That's gross. And I said, did you just call my ego gross? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. He shifted me into awareness. And I even ran it by my 15-year-old daughter, who's very mature and clear in her boundaries. And I told her, and she was like, oh yeah, that's so ego. Oh my gosh, Mom, stop. And that brings up another point: to surround yourself with people that make you better and hold you accountable for the good. That completely shifted me. And the tool I want to give you right now is, it brought awareness, like you're watching a movie, or like you're watching me on the screen right now. Put those unbearable thoughts, those emotions, anything that makes you feel bad. Oh, anything that makes you feel good means you're moving closer to your true self, because you'll feel that flow. Anything that feels bad means you're moving away and more into ego. Put those thoughts and feelings like a screen in front of your mind and be the awareness of them. They're not you. They're the good. They're the dark and light sides of life. We're the light of awareness. Those, what do we want to call them? Those thoughts and feelings that do not serve us are the dark side. And we have to have both. That's the whole journey of life. We're never just going to get rid of all the dark. We're just going to increase our awareness of it and stay in the light. And this is how you do it. It takes work, but it's like working out. If you love what you do when you work out, like a bike ride or yoga or walking, it feels good. Look at this work as your practice, your work to keep feeling better. Because you want to stay in your dream. You don't want to get into the struggle of desires. That's the gross ego that we're talking about. And when it rears its ugly head, you be aware. Catch it. Just be like, I know who you are. And look at it and be like, you want to get me today? Oh, that's my old pain pattern. That's not me. That's not what I was born with. That's not the childlike wonder that Christ taught us about, or that our children run around and look at the beauty and nature of life. So the third D is that what we have to be careful is we don't want to then move into disappointment, because then we keep drawing in people that betray us, people that disappoint us, people that don't believe in us and compete with us. We don't want that. We want to stay true to the vision of the dream. So this triple D analogy is to really help you stay in your beautiful vision of your dream, of who you are, who you were born to be. After you've cleared out some stuff, you want to practice expanding that dream. And this leads me to another thing that came up for me. So after I brought up that awareness, and I just really want to encourage you to keep going. I've been at this for I started on the spiritual path in my teens, so 30 years or so, but really working on the pain body, the dark side, the trauma, the last 15 years. And I still expand and grow and have my dark moments. So don't beat yourself up. It's okay. It's so normal. No one teaches us that. So I don't scroll or look at a lot of social media, but what I do, I watch some YouTube channels of spiritual stuff that I like. So Eckhart Tolle popped up. Some of you may know him. I'll put the link of the video I'm talking about in my description. And I was driving and I heard exactly what I needed to. So this was a day or two after my husband called me on my gross ego. And he said a few lines and I pause it. Always pause. So even me, if you hear something I say that rings true, hit pause and expand it. Make space in your body. This is how you create positive programming to stay in that good place. Everything is programming and expansion. So if we're in the ego and the pain body and we're surrounded by negative people and bad habits, we're programming ourselves in a way we don't want. So I pause things and I expand it. I breathe and I thank God for that relief and that message for as long as I can. I'm a bit hyper, so I'll want to then quickly, after even a few seconds, be like, okay, I'm ready. And I tell myself, no, stay 10 more seconds, 20, 30. It depends on what your natural disposition is. The goal is to hold it longer and longer so you're not leaving that state, you're living from it. So he said a few things, and this is a short video. Like I said, I'll put the link. He basically was talking about belief and faith, and belief, how they're different. Faith is just a knowing and a trust. And he was talking about Christ and the teachings. And then he was talking about the future is just an expansion of the present. And so many other beautiful things. You can just listen to it. But my takeaways were the relief around staying in this trust and knowing and faith and expanding the present moment. So our goal is to stay away from the past. And after we heal, just like an addict, we want to go back to our past. It's like an addiction. And we want to keep interrupting that pattern with the present. It's not easy, but it works because it's happening. I'm noticing it. I'm feeling it. And I want to encourage you to keep trying. And so that could be looking at a beautiful tree, hearing something you like, pausing, taking a moment, being more present with my kids every day. What do they need? Being more present with other people. What do other people need? How can I serve? That really helps bring you into the present. Write these down. These are things that I do. And this will keep us out of the struggle of desire, which is I don't have, and then being disappointed. Because disappointment is just an attraction of more unfulfilled desires, right? So we want to stay in the dream, in the, in the faith of the knowing that we've already arrived. We are there. This life is like a playground. It's like, oh, there's the swing, there's the slide, there's the tan bark. Oh, I fell off the swing and the tan bark on my face. It's like, try to look at it more and more like a big joke. Now, if you told me this at the height of my PTSD, I'd be like, well, actually, I did have people tell me that. And I remember having two parts of me. I believed and knew that that was true, but I also honored how bad I was feeling and that one day I would get there. And it's been 15 years and that day has come. Not even 15, maybe 10 or 12. Doesn't matter if it's 20, 30, 1 year, it doesn't matter. I'm finally getting there. It doesn't mean I don't still have heavy days that don't feel completely real. Absolutely. But keep in a part of your mind that you know it's not going to last. And it is the dark pulling at us because in this life we need duality. I know it gets confusing sometimes, but it's true. We wouldn't know the beautifulness of the sun if we didn't have the dark of night. We wouldn't know the beautiful joy of love if we didn't have the pain of devastation. So it's just the way it is. But what you can do is keep bringing your awareness to all emotions, all thoughts. Wisdom is power. Keep putting in your mind stuff that will make you better as a person. Keep putting yourself around people that want to be better, that are not attached to their drama and negativity in their story, but want to process it and move past it. Be careful of that. Some people just want to vent and stay in the story. That means you're taking on all of their energy. Don't do that. Another tool for that you could say, another tool for today is, I hear that you have something you want to get off your chest. I'm in a vulnerable place right now of working on myself. So I think it'd be best if you shared that with a professional. But I'm here to support you on anything moving forward or tools that I use that can help you. And you could even share the link of this video or any of my tools I have. So just really protect yourself. This is important. Protect yourself with all your might. You will get pulled at. It's a test. And when you really step into your power and you have your boundaries and don't get pulled out anymore is when the pulling stops. So I know I've said a lot of nuggets in here today. Please watch this again. This is what I do with videos I like. I'll listen to them again and I'll write down the notes, because when you write, you put it in your subconscious so it comes up more for you. And I think, what was the last thing I wanted to leave you with today? I think I said everything I wanted to. Please leave any notes in the, any comments in the comments, underneath this video of anything you're struggling with that I can help you with. And, one other thing I did want to add, but we're running out of time for today, so I'll make my next video on this. It'll be part 2. Dreams, Desires, Disappointments, part 2. I wanted to share an example of my dreams, desires, and disappointments. And it's when I lived in Hollywood and was in the film and acting industry. And I had a lot of very good friends and relationships that were succeeding when I wasn't. And what that did to my dreams, it took my dreams into desires and disappointments. And I want to show you and share with you what not to do so that you can stay in your dream, because I did the wrong thing and I'm correcting it. I have corrected it and I'm correcting it now. And that feels really good. It's taken me many years. But I went into my desire and my disappointments and I got stuck there for many years. And it will be a good example of what this video was about, of how you can stay in your dream and what not to do so you don't go into the struggle of desires and disappointments. So I'll see you in the next one. Okay. Thanks for being here. See you next time. Bye-bye.